Hi, my name is Heather Leon. This is my professional e-portfolio. I started off here with my candidate information, a little bit about me. I've been teaching for a long time and I have a lot of life experiences in a lot of different grade levels actually. I had an interesting time trying to come up with some professional goals. The fact that I'm coming to the end of my experience rather than the beginning of my experience made it a little different on my focus, but several of the items in here came as a result of things that I've experienced with the Masters in Instructional Technology program. So for example, the Google certification and the expanding my coding skills both came out of classes that I took through Fort Hays where I was trying to accomplish something and wasn't able to, and so realized I could expand my skills and make those better. I also am excited about sharing technology innovation at my school site. I've become that teacher that people go to ask questions, which has been fun. Just recently I was able to share my bathroom pass, which is a little thing, but students use a QR code and it gives them a Google form, and it's time and date stamps when they leave for the bathroom, which especially in high school is an amazing thing. And another teacher was interested and I was able to share that with her. So I like the idea that I'm going to expand other people's skills as well. I also had a chance this past summer to teach or present at the AP Annual Conference in my subject area, which is U.S. Government and Politics, and noticed that we are basically leaving technology out of our AP program, which is a shame. We've got some advanced students and advanced skills, and we could be doing a lot more with that. So a couple of ideas came to mind, things that I think I'd like to see about presenting there as well. So excited about those. You see my 2, 5, and 10-year goals, but again, in 10 years, I'd kind of like to be retiring, so I'm hoping that that's going to be there. The one I would like to point out, though, is the 5-year mark. I have 2 children that are currently getting teaching credentials, and they are not getting instruction on how to integrate technology. They are still doing death by PowerPoint in just about every class they've got. And the California curriculum for teaching professionals is actually changing to incorporate technology. So I think I have some skills and some experience that would really benefit new teachers, and I'd like the chance to share that. You will also find my technology philosophy attached. My technology philosophy was probably the hardest part of this particular assignment because I haven't really thought about what do I think on technology. And the more I looked at it, the more I realized that it's an extension of my teaching processes just in general. I am not an inside-the-box teacher. I tend to focus on the learning and the engagement, and I don't like worksheets. I don't like busy work. And so when I started looking at how do I integrate technology, that just kept popping up. It has to be relevant. It has to be necessary. There has to be something that they are being asked to do that couldn't be easily done without the technology. And so most of the activities that I choose to do in my own experience are things that the technology adds a piece that can't be added any other way. And especially teaching government and politics, I'm able to use the current issues on a regular basis. You'll also see my resume on here. I had to tone it down a little bit. I'm all in on the bright colors and the pop, but I went ahead and was a little bit more generic. What you'll notice, though, is it's all about the teaching. I am not interested in being an administrator. I'm not interested in moving up to district office. I love what I'm doing in the classroom. And I can see myself working to help new teachers become better teachers, but at the end of the day, I'm a teacher. I want to do more teaching. I want to get better at my own teaching, and so that was my focus. My professional development plan was imaginary. My school district has one, mostly for our EL, that is run completely by the district office and not by our school sites. So what I did is I took our monthly collaboration time that we already have scheduled and looked at what could I offer, what could be of benefit to other teachers, what could I share with them. And so what you'll see on this professional development plan is kind of my idea of what I could bring to the table, mostly at my school site, but in ways that would help engage the teachers with technology. The fun part about getting these training videos, I discovered that my tools aren't getting the job done. My husband is very aware now. We have to have a new phone. I need to get a better computer. And so we had a little fun doing this. But at the same time, I think it really made me realize how far I've come. So when I created the teacher prep video, one of the things I realized is you have to engage the teacher. There has to be a reason to have them do something new. And so I found something I could share with them time-wise and ease-wise of grading. The iCivics game, I use a lot of their games, and there again, a lot of teachers do that. That particularly isn't something new, but the skills that go with it, I think a lot of teachers fail to incorporate. So for example, this game gives them a certificate at the end of the game. And I had students print the certificate to a PDF onto the Chromebooks that you see there in the picture, and then they had to, from the Chromebook, get those to upload into Google Classroom to turn it in. A lot of skills involved just in those little steps, and by helping students master those skills, I'm giving them things that they can take with them as they leave the high school and go get good jobs. The last one I did had to do with Creative Commons and citing sources. I'm super excited. My students already know they're supposed to cite sources, so this wasn't new, but giving them some new tools was, and especially when we're participating in a national competition for C-SPAN, it was really nice to be able to add in some new skills for them. You'll also see my presentations here. I did the Google Slide presentation from my teacher training. I also had an older Prezi that I came up with before I even started the master's program, and I thought it was kind of neat. I had already implemented some multimedia parts to it. This is what I'm most excited about. I did a video presentation for Back to School Night that I wasn't able to attend, and at the end of the school year, I had parents that felt they had met me, had talked to me, they knew me because this had done such a good job of connecting with them, and they still saw my face and they still heard my voice and they still got to know what I was looking at. This last one, this eMaze, is something I got introduced to here in this last practicum class, which is always kind of cool to see that there's more things out there, more new tools to use, and I'm very excited that I think my mindset has kind of shifted to what else can I learn, what else is out there. You'll see my article summaries here, mostly about my teaching, so things like trying to use the technology to support, trying to do the flipped classroom, and then of course the assistive technology that we were looking at. The fun part for me on the assistive technology, I went into it kind of looking to see, well, what's new and different, and what I realized is we're already using a lot of what's new and what's different. If you have a speech-to-text program on your phone, you're using assistive technology. If you have a spell checker, you're using some sort of assistive technology. So I think as teachers, we look at it and go, oh, there has to be some new bubble, and there doesn't. A lot of times we're already using them. My extra resources, I had some fun with my YouTube videos, just all sorts of different teaching things that I could see sharing with teachers as to why I do what I do, or tools that we can use. The online articles, same thing, using technology, ways to connect to the teachers and try to help them understand why we're going to do this. The online professional development plans from other schools, our school pretty much matched the Loomis one, but I was very impressed with the Santa Clara Unified one. It really did a lot of in-depth technology planning with some serious MIT formatting items, and I thought that was pretty impressive. And then I came up with the student video production tools. I shared it with my classroom so students could then choose what video production tool they wanted to use. Wound up sharing it with another teacher as well, kind of as an easy way for them to try things out. The reflection that we have, the transference reflection, this just goes to show how far we've come. I was that teacher 5 years ago that I didn't allow cell phones in my classroom, and they were put away, and they were just for texting. And now I can't imagine running my classroom without them. My textbook is 20 years old. Most of what's in it is no longer of interest to the students, even if the information is still valid. And there is so much more out there that they can use with the little computer that they have in their hand. And so this program through Fort Hays has just given me an opportunity to really investigate technology, to see how it can be used, to explore some new ways that I can use it, and to really get my mind focused on how can I really pull kids in, give them skills, keep them engaged. I mean, all the different parts we want to do as a teacher, and technology really does give us some openings that I don't think we have in other ways. So I'm super excited to have really put that down on paper, and then to look and see other ways that I can go ahead and add to that as I leave MIT and take my master's degree and see what else I can share it with. So there is my professional e-portfolio, and I hope you have a chance to read through it.